Well, we've got a lot to talk about on this week's real estate segment. RE/MAX's Sam Currie is here. Great to have you back.
Morning.
We do have a ton to get into. Let's start with, of course, the big news from last week. A new government, NDP, forming a majority. I don't know how many people saw that come in, but quite a shock for many Albertans. Impact on the real estate sector?
Yeah, it's been the talk of the week, and of course, I only had one sale collapse as a result of it. Knee-jerk reaction from one client who thought it was really going to affect his position. However, the next day I had two sales that were on the market a year and a half that actually sold. Okay. So it's still, the jury's out, but generally we've seen some positive.
So it's been pretty mixed though when it comes
to
that. Okay, let's get into sort of where we stand so far this year with a bigger picture look at the real estate market in Calgary. I know you've got some stats put together for us. If we can have a look at those guys. And first we're going to look at how things are looking for the year so far.
So our activity is actually down about 29%, and which we're seeing only a 2% drop in price so far, so not substantial. Trending with our activity so far, we'll see about 14,000 sales this year. Last year in 2014, we had a peak of about 25,000 sales. Over a million. Last month we were down almost 60%. This year, or this month rather, we're actually down only 43%.
Are you surprised that we are not seeing a bigger drop in property value at this point in the year? Like, we're well into the year now.
That's right. And although we're down almost 30% in activity, we're still only down about 2% as far as dollar value. Yeah. So we have had some big sales as of recent, which is kind of keeping the prices up.
Okay, let's have a look at the sort of the monthly picture here, if we could, guys, to the next. Yeah, there it is there. So you were mentioning, yeah, total sales down 27%. What else stands out here?
So basically our days on market has increased a little bit, and that's kind of, last year we were seeing an average of about 27 days. This year we're seeing an average of about 40 days. So things are taking a little bit longer. What the good news that I see here is our inventory is actually dropping off. So we're not seeing the amount of homes coming on the market as quickly as we did in February and March. So most of the homes on the market now, we're really just dealing with the very serious sellers.
So what does that mean right now for someone potentially who may just be putting their home up or who has their home on the market right now?
I think it's a great opportunity for someone putting their home up now. We've got a lot of statistics to show us where the market's going to be. Not a lot of highs and lows. It's an easier way to determine where we think the home is going to fit in the market. And we're not seeing a lot more inventory coming up. So obviously our business is a supply and demand business. So that's actually good news for not more homes coming.
Does that make it a little bit easier for you in terms of your ability to give people an accurate picture of what they can expect from a sale?
Absolutely. When, the year started off with, thousands of homes coming on every month, it really made it hard to determine where the market is. But now we're not seeing that peak coming, and it's more of a steady inventory.
A little bit more stability.
A little easier to predict.
Yeah, let's get into Currie Barracks. So I'm sure a lot of people driving by are seeing a lot of activity in that area. It's kind of interesting. We're seeing some changes in terms of what this sort of area could become.
Yeah, Currie Barracks is quite exciting because they've just released the new development plan here, and they've increased the density slightly from 7,000 residents to 11,000 residents, and we have a lot of retail coming in, which we're quite excited about. We're also doing our new development, which is the Flanders Bridge. Next year, or actually slated to start this year, the developer is fronting the upfront cost of this Flanders overpass. Right. It's supposed to be about $28 million, and the city's going to pay back about $20 million when it's completed.
But that's a big deal for this neighborhood and in terms of how it can develop?
It's really going to bring a lot of shops and restaurants and some high-end housing, which is already there.
And this is a bit of a surprise to me because I had sort of expected it to be similar to sort of what we see across the street, where a lot of higher density townhomes and maybe smaller infills. We're going to get a tour next week of a stunning home in that area, and definitely doesn't fit into that sort of smaller category.
Yes, we have a very high-end home we're featuring next week, backing onto to the park with some unobstructed views, and it's just it's a great property we're showcasing next week.
Okay, so you want to tune into that next Friday. RE/MAX's Sam Currie, and for more information, you can head to samcurrie.ca.
The Market, sponsored by Sam Currie of RE/MAX House of Real Estate.